Just getting set up, getting ready to leave out here, start my shift. Just took my first sip of coffee. Got my trip done. About to head out. I'm gonna get my text-to-speech program up and running here. We'll get to see what a madhouse this truck stop is, if anybody's got one blocked in or not here, if I can get out easily, or I'm gonna have to make people move their trucks to get out. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to this button. Alright, got the text-to-speech, I think. Get a cigarette rolling here. Lights on. Let's roll. Tight turn here. I don't know if I can make this right turn here or not with that truck there. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. You see, you got trucks scattered all over the place. Not enough parking out here. People just kind of tend to park anywhere they can. A lot of these truck stops are charging $20-25 a night now for half of their parking spots, which is absolutely ridiculous. Currently in Sullivan, Missouri. I'm I-44, exit 226. That's where I took my break last night. It ended up being about 11.
Larissa 3474 says hi.
Hello, hello.
Lloyd says hi.
Welcome to the live stream. Just getting my shift started this morning.
Larissa 3474 says hello.
Hello, hello. Gonna head up here to...
Papa Peacock says HII.
Hi, everyone. Gonna head down here to I-44 and head eastbound. About an hour outside of St. Louis right now.
Papa Peacock says, what's your name?
My name's John. I'm an American truck driver. Been driving over the road for almost 20 years now. I do run about, I don't run the whole entire country right now.
Says hello, John.
Hi, welcome to the live stream. Here. Gonna be heading Interstate 44, heading east this morning. I'm currently in Sullivan, Missouri. And I'm on my way to Cleveland, Ohio. We're going to be going through St. Louis in about an hour. I apologize in advance if the signal gets spotty.
When did you create this live?
I did some of these back in October, and I didn't do them for a while. I ended up leaving the company I was with. And then the new one I went to, I quit on my first day. So I took some time off. Was focusing on just content creation with the jiving, and then I restarted these live streams back.
Papa Peacock says, oh, October was Halloween.
Yep. And then I didn't do a lot of them, maybe 10 or 12. And then I resumed them again a few weeks ago, so I'm trying to do these a couple, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. This will be the last one this week. I'm off this weekend. I usually try to get on Saturdays and Sundays and do 1 or 2 of them. I will not be doing one this weekend. I get to go home for a couple days.
Boy says, can you show a pic of yourself?
I can't do it right now. I can't actually even touch my phone going down a highway. It's very illegal, very unsafe. $2,750 fine if I get caught doing that. Are some on there.
Boy says next time.
Yeah, I'll try to start one out with the camera on me or something. I did just put a video up yesterday with the Fort Worth Stockyards. So there is like a little clip in there of me sitting on a couple 1,000-pound steer down in the Fort Worth Stockyards, but currently heading Interstate 44 eastbound.
Papa Pete Boy says, do you go fishing?
Not really. I haven't been fishing in geez, probably at least 6 or 7 years. So I like it. We usually do charters. I usually go up to Lake Ontario. The last couple times I did go fishing. What part of the world are you in?
Papa Pete Boy says 677.
So I'm not sure how well my signal's going to hold up for the first 30-40 minutes or so. Hopefully it does well. I am about an hour outside of St. Louis right now. I am in kind of a desolate rural area. I'm going to try to run this live stream for maybe about 2 hours today, so just got started a few minutes ago. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button.
Boy says John.
If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of other videos up there in the week, short videos, long form videos. I ended up with most of the day off on Saturday and went to go check out the Fort Worth Stockyards, which my friends have been telling me about for a long time, and I've never gotten to go. And it was pretty badass. It was a lot of fun. So I made a little video on that. Will not be doing a live stream this weekend.
Boy says I see your face in your profile.
Yep, there you go. I knew I had one on there somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. I'm not on camera that much. I'm a bit camera shy doing these things, so. But I think it's a lot of fun coming on here, sharing what I do for work, some of the ups and downs.
Says, hey.
Hello, hey back. But it's so super cool, man, to be chatting with y'all and going down a highway here. I'm not sure where you all are geographically located at, but you know, I have.
Storage says God.
So currently on Interstate 44 heading eastbound. This can get a little curvy up here. 70-mile-an-hour speed limit, but they got some curves that you definitely can't take at 70 miles an hour. That curve said 65, but some of them you can take full speed, some of them you can't. Oh, there's a rumble strip.
Proof Mirage Sonar 001 said hi.
Pruth, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I thought maybe you were sleeping the other day when you didn't get on here, so.
Jeff B3865 says you're the man, bro.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, thank you. If only that were true. Oh, man. So, about an hour away from St. Louis right now. So, on Sunday, I picked up in Fort Worth, Texas, and I had to go to Springdale, Arkansas for delivery yesterday morning, and then I got my next load 10 miles away from there. Got loaded up, and now I'm on my way to Cleveland, Ohio. Nice trip, about 900 miles. So those are the kinds of trips I like to do. I've been doing a lot of like 200 and 300 mile trips the past several months. Really frustrating. It's not really over the road freight.
Wayne Rodriguez F1L says, going morning, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great, Lane. How are you? Glad to have you on here. So I got on Joey's live stream yesterday and got to watch it for, maybe an hour and a half or so. So that was super cool. So he was mentioning on there about going to an area where they don't have a lot of cell towers and cell service, and he mentioned about Starlink. I'm curious if he's tried that Starlink out yet to see how it works. I tried that Starlink about a year ago, and it was horrible. I literally sent it back 3 days after I tried it.
Rodriguez F1L says, I'm doing great today. Are you off for the 4th of July weekend?
I am probably not off for the weekend. So I usually work most holidays. The company I'm with now, I think they'd rather I just go home. Most companies want drivers to work because everybody wants to go home. But the company I work for, they don't really have a lot of weekend coverage, and if they can't get you planned up for the whole weekend on a Friday, you're basically going to get stuck somewhere and sit all weekend. And it's just not a very well-run place. So I'm hoping to switch jobs again sometime in August. So, but yeah, I usually work the holidays. I'm not married. I don't have any kids, and so I don't have a lot of responsibilities like at home. And I've always tried to work the holidays to give the guys that do have all that stuff at home the opportunity to go home and enjoy their families, get some time off or whatever, enjoy the holidays. So, but a holiday for me is just another day. So every day's a holiday to me. Plus, I like driving when there's not a lot of traffic out. So, usually the morning, first half of my day on holidays, there's no one out, and it reminds me of the good old COVID days when everybody was locked in their houses. And got a way station coming up here in a mile. Almost got popped at one in Arkansas.
Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, he has Starlink.
I heard him mention it, so I'm thinking he's gonna try it when he gets into those areas that don't have good cell coverage. But I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, I thought it was a great idea, and but I could not get that thing to work when my truck was moving at all, and I could barely get it to work when I was parked somewhere. And it's not the cheapest service either, and I'd send it back.
B10 says, man, I miss the COVID traffic and gas prices.
Oh my gosh, you ain't kidding,
F1L
Shane.
says he has it running at the time.
Yeah, so I'm just curious to see if it works well, if it just didn't work well in the area I was at. But yeah, I thought it would be much better than what it was. So I was having trouble finding like a cell service with enough data to be able to live stream without like getting what do they call that throttled or whatever.
1L says it runs all day long.
Yeah, I mean he's got his hardwired in, and I was just kind of plugging mine in, setting it on the dash, but I mean if he was using it the other day, I mean his reception's pretty crystal clear, so. But yeah, Shane, man, oh man, driving through a downtown area at like 7, 8 in the morning, not having a soul around.
165 says, do you have anything that scary that has happened to you on the road at night, like paranormal or crazy encounters? Sorry to change subject. Thanks again. Sorry for changing subject.
Oh yeah, no problem at all.
Carson N50 says UWSP. Lane Rodriguez F1L says, yeah, it is on top of the dump truck.
Okay.
Raylan Carson N50 says it's 5.
Yeah, some of the scary stuff out here is, when you drive at dark, there's a lot of serial killers out at night at the rest areas. I'm just kidding. Nighttime wildlife is definitely an issue. I've never hit a deer square on or anything in my entire 20 years out.
Says, what's up, man? I'm 12. I have a question. It's kind of awkward. All right, can you AWNSER that for me? Thanks.
I can try, Noah. I don't know how weird of a question it's going to be, though. Yeah, so weather and wildlife is...
Raylan Carson N50 says it's 5.
Yeah, it's 5:15 Eastern time, if that's what you're saying. Thanks, Raylan. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on here 2 to 3 times a week. This is probably going to be my last one for probably 10 days or so. I usually try to get on Saturdays and Sundays, but I am off and going home this weekend for the first time in a couple months, so I'll try to do one early next week, but it's just running irregular routes, not sure where I'm going. It's really tough.
Raylan Carson N50 says, I subbed and liked.
Thanks, Raylan, you're awesome. So currently heading Interstate 44 eastbound, less than an hour away from St. Louis right now, on my way to Cleveland, Ohio. And thanks everyone for joining in. This is super cool. It's so awesome to be able to chat with people from all over the world going down a highway.
You're welcome.
So I definitely try to, I ended up taking about an 11.5-hour break last night. I can start running again after 10 hours, but a 10-hour break, but a lot of when I start has to do with where I'm going to be at, what major metropolitan areas I'm going to be at, what times I'm going to go through there. So I try to dodge rush hours.
Raylan Carson N50 says, are you an job RN?
Yeah, I'm driving down the highway right now. I'm a truck driver. Driving a 53 foot.
_Noah says he is insane.
So back to, I think it was Jeff maybe, about the scary things driving at night or whatever.
Raylan Carson N50 says, do you like her job?
I love my job.
_Noah says, my little cousin, not you. Raylan N50 says, why?
Why do I love my job?
Irishboy44 says, where are you from? Hi. M_Noah says, I enjoy this video. Raylan
Oh, thanks, Noah.
N50 says, yay.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're watching the video right now, no, I'm not cooped up. I get to go out and about, see places.
Noah says, it seemed very surreal.
So much fun and adventure out here. I like the randomness of it.
Irishboy44 says, now it's okay.
So back to, I think, Jeff or whatever on the scary stuff out here.
Raylan
Driving at night.
N50 says, what's her favorite place?
I don't have a specific favorite place. Other than just being in a truck.
Someone else says, I don't know what your plans for today, but he will be live again.
Yeah, I plan on doing this live stream for a couple hours, Lane, and I've got some miles to put down today. I got to be in Cleveland by 8 in the morning tomorrow, so did not get enough sleep. So
50 says, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. Yep, live in Ohio. So Jeff, some of the pitfalls of driving at night are the wildlife, bad weather. If it's raining real hard, it makes it very difficult to see, especially with headlights in your face. And then, of course, impaired drivers, drunk drivers. Very, very dangerous out here. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of other footage up during the week.
Noah says, who did you want to win the NBA championship, and do you enjoy Victor Wembanyama's play style?
I don't watch a whole lot of basketball or even sports, really. I work, 70 to 80 hours a week just in my driving job, and then I do all these videos and editing and content creation on top of all that. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen the Cleveland Cavaliers win it all.
Carson N50 says, I am from Virginia, beautiful over here.
So yeah, I didn't really have a horse in the race when I was between the Knicks and Spurs. I felt like New York had the edge for sure, but
Wayne Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, was he parked somewhere when you joined in the live stream?
yeah, I think he was driving when I joined in. He ended up parking at a Wawa for a couple minutes, and he was trying to get a hash brown, but they were all soggy, so he ended up getting a donut, and then he had some really tough backing situation. We had to back in between a house and a really tight fence, and then I think he lost his signal.
Or know what happened in New York?
I don't know if I do, Raylan. What happened in New York?
Lane Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, yep, the live stream stopped working, so he started a new live stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right around the time it quit working, I ended up getting emptied out and had to go head to my next pickup. So, but yeah, I really love how he does his. It's just super professional. I mean, obviously he's got a lot of people behind the scenes helping out and everything. So, but that is just very well done. So, I found him on Facebook again too. So I went ahead and followed him over there again. So. And for everyone else watching in, talking about a guy named Joey Whispers. He's truck driver out on the east coast of New Jersey, and he just does this awesome live stream on YouTube. Super professional.
Says, oh yeah, I see. Very difficult to do stuff with no time on your hands for 4th of Juji. I'm going down to Parker to see the fireworks and stay at my mansion with the family. We got boats and all.
Oh, nice. I like fireworks. But yeah, Joey Whisper's been, I mean, he's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube and everything, and just a very well done, great live stream, so I can only hope that one day mine will be as good as that.
In Arizona, it's beautiful out there.
Yeah, I haven't been to Arizona in a long time, and hoping when I switch jobs again, I'll be running all 48 states, and I'll get to head out that way. Most truck drivers hate driving to like California and the West Coast and everything. I freaking love it. I mean, so much to see out there, and I don't know, just all about the fun and adventure for me. Seeing things I haven't seen before.
1L says, yep, very nice. Joey Whispers 1776, that is his name if you want to let them know.
Yeah, he's on Facebook, and yeah, I mean, I think he's everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. I just do Facebook and YouTube, and he's definitely on both of those places. Joey Whispers 1776. So he's, I think he drives a triaxle dump truck out on the East Coast, and I guess he runs live streams like his whole entire work shift and everything, and so definitely a very entertaining guy. I love watching his stuff when I get a chance. He puts a lot of good clips up and everything, so.
M_Noah says California is awesome, very good beach, gives out good vibes.
Yeah, the only bad thing is the cost of living out there. So when I'm driving truck, I don't have to worry about that because I'm just passing through. So, but I've got to visit California a number of times outside of the truck over the years, and been up to Monterey and Carmel. And
F1L says, yep, did you follow his new Facebook account? I hope so.
I just did. Yeah, I found him yesterday on that lane. Yeah, I was still in shock that he had issues with his other one. I mean, he had a ton of followers on there. Man, I would be piping mad if I had to start over from scratch again. But
Bond007 says, hello, bro.
Hello. Welcome to the live stream. So I'm currently heading Interstate 44, heading eastbound right now. Going to be going through St. Louis here shortly.
Hello from Australia, John.
Hi, Australia. Welcome. I remember
Rodriguez F1L says okay, he is going to start live streaming on Facebook also.
Yeah, I would like to do that on Facebook, but I don't think there's a text-to-speech program that I can easily use. I think I'd have to set up a separate laptop computer and different programs.
Gas is for $600 for a gallon cost of living ISUP there for Temecula. Have you ever hit
I've been in Temecula.
Something.
Yeah, so I got a buddy out in Los Angeles. He used to live out and work out here in Ohio, and he moved out to LA maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
007 says, hello, friend. Greetings from Argentina.
Hi, Argentina, and welcome to the live stream. Right lane closed ahead. Let's go ahead and get over here. Yeah, so Facebook doesn't have a good text-to-speech program, and you know, and the Facebook, we got 2 right lanes closed here. The Facebook crowd is a little rabid. They get a little crazy, belligerent a lot. So YouTube's definitely more laid back, more positive vibes and stuff like that on YouTube. So I think I've done one Facebook Live before, but I couldn't communicate with anyone. Obviously, I can't read comments going down the highway or whatever. And
Raylan Parson N50 says, you know what happened in Philippines?
I do not know what happened in the Philippines.
Says, what are your hobbies? I love riding my e-moto. I have a Mototech.
Cool. Yeah, hobbies. I don't have a whole lot. I like messing around with videos and editing and stuff like that. I was into filmmaking when I first got out of high school, which was 30 years ago now. All right, they're cleaning this construction up there. Give them a lot of room. All right, let's get back over here.
Walker W5R says, what city are you in, John?
I'm maybe 30, 40 miles outside of St. Louis. I think I'm in Pacific, Missouri right now. I'll be going through St. Louis in 30, 40 minutes or so. I like to play poker. I think it was Raylan, someone asked me that. So I play.
Raylan Carson N50 says a volcano erupted and an asteroid went down at the same time. M_Noah says I took coding in 6th grade. It's decent. A little frustrating, but worth it.
Nice. Yeah, I did not hear about that volcano yet, so I tried to read a couple headlines before I got started today. I didn't come across that one yet. So it's about 4:30 a.m. Central Time.
50 says FR.
So maybe when I get close to St. Louis, day will break and we'll get a nice little sunrise out here. So I'm going to be taking Interstate 44 to 55 North to 70 East is the route. I'll run that all the way over to Columbus, Ohio, pick up 71 North, and then I haven't looked at the specific directions to get to the city where I'm going yet because I don't need to know yet. But 71 North, probably the I-80, I-77.
A little after a UFO-looking thing went up to the sky. M_Noah says I was just scrolling on lives and came across this gem. Sunrises must be awesome in the truck.
Yeah, I got a couple of videos.
If I was truck driving, I'd like to have a nice cold drink and see.
Yeah, it's so comfortable nowadays to drive truck, just with all the amenities, technologies and everything. Imagine 30, 40 years ago, if you wanted to make a phone call and talk to your family, you would have to stop at a truck stop, pump $10 or $20 in quarters into a phone to make a long distance phone call, just to say hi to your kids, your wife.
What's your dream car?
Oh, my dream car? A Hellcat, SRT Challenger Hellcat. So I had one for a while. I don't have it anymore. I got sick a few years ago. I had to sell it to pay the bills. So I will get another one. It's got 707 horsepower, 200 mile an hour car. 44 east close to 64. Use alternate route. Oh, that's interesting.
Raylan Carson N50 says mine is a Kawasaki Ninja H2R 400.
Whoa, that sounds pretty fast. That sounds cool. I actually have a motorcycle license, but I've never ridden a motorcycle. It is too dangerous for me. I go overboard. I push things too hard, too far, and I would die quickly on a bike. So I try to not ride. But I did learn how to ride. I loved riding dirt bikes when I was a kid and stuff. And but yeah, if I bought any bike, I'd stay off road.
It says my grandfather did trucking. He sadly died when I was a small child, around 6. He was a Navy SEAL, but he got penis cancer from the bombs. It's sad. I miss him very badly. Raylan Parson
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
says goes apt over 200 miles per hour. Lane Rodriguez F1L says me and Joey have been really good friends for a couple years now. M Quinn D3U says shit. Raylan Parson N50 says man overboard. Jim 6254 says you kind of look like my Jewish grandma Patty. I miss her.
I look like your Jewish grandma?
J underscore T93 says zesty robot voice.
Yeah, I had to get this separate text-to-speech program, and
Lex
they don't have a lot of options.
He says greetings and salutation.
Yep, greetings back. Welcome to the live stream. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on here 2 to 3 times a week.
M underscore Noah says what the heck how does he look like a Jew grandma lol.
I'm actually German and Irish, so don't F with me. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's cool, Lane. Joey seems like a cool dude. I think it'd be great to sit down, have a couple beers with him.
Says whoa there lol. Raylan Parson N50 says my mom's grandma sadly died from stage 4 cancer. She was only 13 RIP. Lane
Wow.
Rodriguez F1L says oh really how far are you going today?
I'm gonna make it up into Ohio somewhere today, Lane. I got to deliver tomorrow morning near Cleveland, so I'll probably make it up north of Columbus somewhere. I'll save 50 to 100 miles or so to do in the morning to head there, because the parking situation out here is ridiculous now. If you don't park by 5 or 6 p.m., you have to pay
T93
20 to 25 bucks to park.
Sir.
Thank you, appreciate that. Yes, I try to start my shift, 3 to 4 a.m. That way I can try to get my whole 14 in before I have to try to fight for parking. My company does not reimburse if I have to pay for a parking spot.
Not to be disrespectful, but how young did your mom have you if her grandma was 13? The math ain't matching.
That math ain't mathin'.
1L says, oh really, I'm trying to get him to come down from Louisiana for a couple months to visit together. Nakobuk says, where are you so far?
I'm just outside of St. Louis now, probably 25 minutes or so. We'll probably be in the St. Louis metro area in 10 to 15 minutes. So probably should get to see the arch.
Raylan Parson N50 says I don't even know my real dad, miss him, don't even know what he looks like. I left with my mom and with my stepfather. Raylan Parson N50 says Nakobuk says sick.
Over speed
M
limit.
underscore Noah says I've been there before, it's alright, arch is nice though.
I've never visited the arch before, and I was talking with a buddy of mine last week, and he said because I didn't even know you can go up in the arch or whatever, but he said it got this crazy elevator thing that you go on, and it just sounds all clink, 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 and it's pretty weird and everything, but he said it's super cool. So I thought that was super cool too. So I kind of wondered, what even is the point of the arch? But it sounds like it might be pretty cool to take a tour or whatever. They have tours you can take of it.
AJNB 6 milliliters says greetings from California.
Hello, California.
Carson N50 says I was only 2 months when we left my real dad. M underscore Noah says you can. Dang, I need to go back, wow.
Yeah, and I've been to the casino there in St. Louis before. It was a lot of fun. Had a crazy story there too.
Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, I hope that does not break down up in the air. Raylan Carson N50 says, miss him so much.
Well, I can see some daylight up ahead here, so.
M_Noah says, is that your truck whistling? I would like to hear the story. ABIUT, the casino.
Yeah, so I was owner operator. This is probably a good 11, 12 years ago now. Super cold. I mean, we had a cold spell. It was like actual temperature was like minus 20 degrees out. Wind chill minus 40. And I had some time to kill, so I stopped in at the casino, had a fun time. Didn't win too much that night, but went back to my truck, and the batteries were like completely dead. So I slept for a couple hours until it got too cold. It was unbearable, and called my work, told them I wasn't going to be able to do the trip they wanted me to do. Cause I wasn't going to pay someone to go bring me. It's four batteries I needed. That's how many batteries were in my truck. And so I called my work and told them that take me off the schedule. I said I'm not going to change these batteries in the cold, so I don't know when it's going to warm up, but just put me off the schedule until it gets warm out here and I can put the new batteries in. So went back into the casino, and I was going to need to get a hotel for a few days, and so I figured I'd offer one of the poker players, if they had any room comps on their card, that I would just pay them direct. That way they made the money instead of the hotel, technically. So the one kid's like, yeah, I got 3 nights or whatever. So and he's like, come on, I'll hook you up or whatever. So we go over to the hotel portion of it, and there's some old guy there. He got to be about 70 years old. I guess he was, and now this is like 1 a.m. in the morning. This old guy is getting thrown out of the hotel for apparently...
Jackson Johannes said hi.
Hi Jackson, welcome to the live stream. This old guy's getting thrown out for apparently pulling the fire alarm or whatever, and this and that, and this guy's like piping off. He's trying to like, say it was, tell me and the guy, the poker player there, that, that he didn't do it, it's BS, and that he's part owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and yada yada. And
Jackson Johannes says, how is it going?
It's going good, man, going good. So I was up, we were like getting the hotel booked, and this old guy comes up, slams his credit card down, and said, give these guys the best room you got for 90 days. Put it on my card. So the hotel clerk takes his card, swipes it through, prints something up. The guy signs it, and then security escorts him out and kicks him out. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? He's like, I didn't give it to you for 90 days, but he's like, he paid for your room for the next 3 days. It was like $1,000 a night room. I mean, a corner suite, view of the arch, this and that. So now this other poker player dude wanted to stick around because we got like this super sweet suite. And we murdered the mini bar. Yeah, just slammed everything, every bit of alcohol that was in there. Now it's like 4 in the morning, and this poker player proceeds to order 2 of everything off the menu. There's like 9 room service carts full of food being pulled in there. It was absolutely insane. It was kind of a dick move on his part, but so that was the first time I'd been to that casino in St. Louis. I've been there a few times since.
Says, what kind of truck do you prefer?
Basically a Freightliner. I've driven Freightliners more than anything. I've basically driven Columbias and Cascadias.
54 says, you are a handsome man. Just liked and subscribed.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for your kind words. Yeah, so basically Freightliner. I've mainly driven Cascadias, Columbias. Basically your your common fleet trucks. Never driven a long nose like Peterbilt or long nose anything before. It's never really bothered me that I haven't driven one of those and never driven an 18 speed.
That's nice.
But now that I'm getting like further in my career, I've been driving for almost 20 years now. Man, I think it'd be super cool to drive one of them long nose Peterbilts or any 18 speed, something with the super loud Jake brake and lots of power, lots of horsepower, lots of torque. But it's like very expensive to operate. I mean, those trucks probably get about 5 miles to the gallon. And when fuel is 5 to 6, almost $7 a gallon, that's
Lane Rodriguez F1L says, have you been to the Bass Pro Shop in Tennessee?
I have
Raylan
not.
Carson
I have not, Lane.
Fido says you can see daylight in Virginia right now.
Yep, I got some daylight here in just outside of St. Louis right now too. So yeah, got a 60 mile an hour speed limit now. That means we're getting
Jackson
close.
Johannes says, yeah, but then you won't see in front then.
Yeah, I'm pretty tall, so about I'm almost 6'7". Haha, get it? I'm 6'6" tall, and you know, yeah, having that long hood wouldn't bother me too much. So just the cool factor alone and driving one of them would make up for it.
Johannes says, cool. Lane Rodriguez F1L says I sent you a flow request. Raylan Carson N50 says it's yellow knit blue though 6'7", so 2025.
I know, I just heard about it recently though, so.
Noah says sound miserable. The trick moment did good thing about the hotel law. That man was wild. Why the fire alarm? Gosh, bad move on the poker guy. Did y'all at least become buddies?
I've never spoken to the guy since. I'm not sure why.
Rodriguez F1L says I subscribe to your channel.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Raylan Carson N50 says you know Michael Jackson actually created 6'7".
I did not. I didn't even know what 6'7" was until a couple months ago.
Says some people don't seem right to stick around. I get it.
Yeah, no, he was completely cool. I just
can't be a semi-trucker.
It's just hard to keep in touch. Yeah, I haven't been back to the casino. I haven't been to most of these places I've been in about 10 years. I ended up going back to Ohio, doing a regional truck driving gig where I would go out to work for 5 days and be home for 2. So I didn't really go more than 500 or 600 miles out from where I live or whatever. And so a lot of these places I just haven't been to in so many years, and I missed it so much. I love driving over the road. The economics of it are not that great right now. The money is
Raylan Carson
a lot lower than what I could be making.
More yellow than blue in Virginia.
Now keep left towards Interstate 44 East.
So I did see a sign that said 44 East closed at I-64.
If I had to go to Oklahoma, then back to North Dakota. That will not be fun.
Yeah, I was just in Oklahoma a couple days ago, down in Texas and Oklahoma, so I love it. I love driving through those parts. I've been to North Dakota too. I was up in, it was 2009. It was like February.
Noah says, yeah, I see my old best friend lives in New Jersey, so I don't see him much. Money tight for you right now. Life is extremely expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive, and it's really expensive on the road. If you go to a Love's or a Pilot or a Petro or a TA truck stop, one of them, and look at the prices of, like, even for a gallon of water, it's like $5. Everything's marked up 300%. Half of their parking spots, they want you to pay $20 to $30 a night to park your truck. It's not even my truck. I don't even own the truck or trailer. My company doesn't reimburse for that parking. It's like
Rodriguez F1L says Noah follow Joe. Jackson Johannes says what town in North Dakota you're in.
I've been to,
M_Noah says I did.
been to Williston and Fargo. I got to spend a little bit of time at, so I ended up with a day and a half off. Fargo was back in 2009, and yeah, just more crazy stories everywhere I go. So I wish I would have carried a camera and made some content back in them days. But Fargo, I was there in like February or March. It was 2009, and dude, it was like 80 or 90 degrees outside. You know, it was absolute phenomenal weather. I remember going to a movie theater. I watched that movie Kick-Ass with Nicolas Cage and whatever there, and after that I was like all hyped up and adrenaline up, so I was like, man, I gotta go drink and go start a bar fight or something now. And after watching that movie,
Jackson Johannes says I live in Lidgewood, North Dakota.
and in Minot, I've made deliveries to Minot, Williston, and Fargo in my time out here on the road. Been a long time since I've been up there. I was going to go work for a company up there at the end of last year, and then I quit halfway through my first day because they pissed me off. So I have a tendency of doing that. All right, getting real close to downtown St. Louis now. I remember seeing a sign a ways back saying 44 East closed at I-64, so trying to look ahead and see what that's all about. That could be problematic. I'm not really looking forward to rerouting around that if I did. That whistling sound you heard, I think I had my window cracked just slightly, so.
Says my grandfather used to drive a long nose. It was black awesome. I went on the ride with him before. Your company makes you pay for gas on the road, not fair at all, huh? Jackson Johannes says Fargo is all his holes.
Yeah, but I had such a fun time up there, so I'm hoping once I switch companies again, I'll be able to make it back up into those parts and everything. So I want to make it back out west, and I mean Montana, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Montana was probably the most laid back, prettiest part of the country I've ever been to.
2017 says hey there. Where are we going?
I'm currently on my way to Cleveland, Ohio, just outside of St. Louis right now, working my way that direction. I just saw that sign again, I-44 eastbound closed at I-64. Not sure when that's going to pop up. I don't think 44 and 64 come together before downtown. And if that's the case, I might not have to reroute. I mean, 44 pretty much ends there anyways. So I'm not quite understanding the message on the signboard there.
Jackson Johannes says what part of Fargo did you like? M_Noah says what company you work for right now.
Yeah, I can't discuss what company I work for. Got to keep some trade secrets there. Fargo, I was just...
Bro 4017 says enjoy the drive. And enjoy Ohio.
For sure,
Nice
for sure.
place.
I love Ohio. I'm from Ohio, so I live in Ohio, and man, I really love it there. It's a pretty great state, so...
Pascal Muller N9G says Walsdorf soft hello.
Hello, welcome to the live stream. Yes, Fargo, I was just at the truck stop. I want to say I was at a Flying J there or something. And I just took a taxi over, didn't have Ubers back then. Took a taxi to the mall, and I just kind of hung out around there. I found little restaurant. And they had like blackjack, like right at the bar. Like it was pretty weird. I was like, man. And they had like buy one get one free drinks, and man, oh man, what a hangover that was. All right, still looking to see if
Totally Crowbro 4017 says I visited Ohio twice from the UK, once in September and again in January.
oh wow.
Got stuck in the storm back in January, haha.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad winter in many parts of the U.S. This past winter. Boy, you've been here so much, you're practically a citizen now. Yeah, but that's cool. What part of Ohio were you in?
Jackson Johannes says that rare.
All right, we're in St. Louis city limits right now.
Totally Crowbro 4017 says I'm fixin' to move out there.
Oh, cool.
I was in a tiny town called Leesburg, Highland County. M_Noah says I'ma leave my phone by my bed while you speak. Can you tell a story? Jackson Johannes says you won't find buy one get one free nowadays.
Yeah, it's that's actually illegal in most states. So I was kind of shocked that they did that up there. But yeah, it's basically buy one pay twice nowadays with inflation and everything. So Leesburg, I've been to Leesburg. There's a candlelight like candle factory out in Leesburg, Ohio, and I used to work for Walmart,
Jackson Johannes
and
says
I would
that.
pick up there all the time. Well, still looking to see where this interstate is closed at here. I'm thinking it's probably not going to affect me, but we're going to find out real soon here, that's for sure.
Totally Crowbro 4017 says it's beautiful out there.
Yeah, that's a pretty part of Ohio out there, out in the country, man. Ohio's got some nice rolling hills and backwoods type of scenery, and yeah,
Jackson
love Ohio, man.
Johannes says what time is it for you?
Right now it is coming up on 5 a.m. I'm on Central Daylight Time right now. My load will deliver on Eastern Daylight Time, so it's 6 a.m. Eastern.
Crowbro 4017 says went to see the Amish too.
Oh yeah,
That
lots.
was an experience.
Yeah, lots of Amish in Ohio. So yeah, lots of times I'll be driving down a 2-lane highway, and there'll be horses and buggies driving down on the shoulder, and yeah, big Amish communities in Ohio. So I'm thinking with the daylight out here, you might get a good view of the St. Louis Arch here for a few seconds anyways, probably coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Oh, I can see the top of it now.
Probably won't affect you, maybe slightly.
Yeah, I just saw the top of the arch, so got a nice landmark coming up. Should be a few seconds where you get to see most of it anyways when we're driving past. So I was thinking there's 295 miles on I-44. I think there's only 290. So we're probably only about 4 miles or so from the Illinois state line right now. It's 5 a.m. local time here in St. Louis. If you notice,
Jackson Johannes
it's not an accident I'm missing rush hour.
To go to Ohio.
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio is nice. I have a lot of friends there. I used to live there for a number of years. Got too expensive though, so.
Crowbro 4017 says the reason I was in a small town in basically BFE was because I've known some guys out there for a decade and flew out there to surprise them.
Cool. There's the St. Louis Arch right there. There goes a motorcycle going just a tad over the speed limit there. Yeah, Leesburg, I've been there, so.
Greenhouse BMX1 says, I hope your hemorrhoids are feeling better today, little buddy. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, I think I went through some bumpy road a couple days ago. I think I knocked all those hemorrhoids off, so. All right, downtown traffic must exit at 7
George
Park.
F9Z4K says, said hi. Greenhouse BMX1 says, nice, nice. Totally Pro Bro 4017 says, what are we delivering?
I didn't even look at the bills. I got some kind of industrial parts on here right now, some kind of wire or something. I hauled a load of beer the other day though, so. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to do 2 or 3 of these live streams a week. Probably won't be doing another one for at least another week. I'm off this weekend. I usually try to do them on Saturdays and Sundays, and then one during the week or so. I do put a lot of other footage up, short videos, long form videos during the week.
Underscore good vibes says hello.
Hello, hello.
Underscore good vibes says me French Marseille. Totally Pro Bro 4017 says beer. Huh. How much of that got lost in transit? Hee hee hee.
None of the beer. I'm a whiskey guy, so.
After 1 mile, use the left.
I like the bourbon.
Towards Interstate 55 North, downtown STL.
Bruno underscore good vibes says Unia.
All right, so we're going to be switching highways coming up here, and they keep saying this I-44 East is closed at Interstate 64. Hoping I'm not affected by it, but I really have no idea. They're not.
Underscore Noah says, have you ever been down to Hemet, California? I heard it's a decent suburban town, thinking of moving there because Temecula is pricey. That's what my parents said at least. Lane Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, any plans for the weekend?
Just gonna hang out. Gonna try to hang out with my niece and nephew. We were gonna go to the batting cages. They're into baseball and softball and everything. But now they're talking about going to Cedar Point, so might end up going to an amusement park or something. So just gonna play that by ear. Laundry. I have a lot of laundry to do, so. I do have a laundry service, so all I got to do is drop it off and then go back and pick it up. But
Vegan underscore Christianity says liked and subscribed.
Hey, thank you so much. All right, coming into downtown St. Louis now. Man, I'm hoping I can get a view of that arch off to the left there.
4017 says, have you heard of a guy called Trucker Keith?
I don't think I have.
With streaming his trucking drives. I watch his day shift drive, and if you do night drives, I could watch your night drives.
Yeah, I usually start about 4 in the morning. I try to. Sometimes I do the live streams in the mornings. It's just, it's hard to set up a steady schedule, a consistent schedule with these, because I just don't know where I'm going to be at. Well, there's the 55 North I need. There's the arch out to the left. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. You saw the far corner of it there, but. So, looks like this is where that Interstate 44 is going to close, so it will not affect me. But which is weird, though, because Interstate 44 basically ends right here, so. It was quite confusing the way they had it on a message board. Oh, look at this arch. I'm going to have it dead smack in front of you in a minute here.
Totally Pro Bro 4017 says, can you drop me at Wendy's,
Now
please?
keep right to take the exit towards Interstate 55 North.
Ah, look at the arch right there in front of us here. Wow, that's a pretty good view of that. Got the daylight hitting it. That's a pretty good view right there.
Quarters of a mile, use the left 2 lanes.
Pretty tight curves here.
55 North.
I have a video coming through. I had to move over 5 lanes in like less than a quarter mile, and I'm trying to gain speed, get over, dodge traffic, and it was like a 20 or 25 mile an hour curve, and I was going into it at 50 miles an hour, and that almost ended badly. So I do have a video of that. I'll try to put that up maybe later if I can find it. But I handled it like a pro. I got it done.
Lane Rodriguez F1L says, oh really very nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Man, these kids are growing up so fast. Being out of town.
Totally Pro Bro 4017 says, you ever have any close calls whilst trucking?
Oh yeah.
Anyone
Oh
ever
yeah.
get into your lane and you had to brake heavy?
Well, I don't usually brake when people come into my lane. I just tighten up and I'll try to knock them out of their lane. So I have a number of videos up there of dealing with that. It's just weird. I don't try to do it on purpose. It's just like a reflex instinct or whatever.
2 miles, keep left.
So you eventually want to end up on Interstate 70 East here. So 55 and 70 are going to run together for a while.
8894 says, boobity boobity ba ba. M_Noah says, I'm so tired lol.
Take a nap. Take a nap. So yeah, there's all kinds of close calls out here all the time.
50 says, what's the fastest you ever went?
After half a mile, use
Fastest I ever went in a semi-truck,
Your stuff is interesting.
97 miles an hour. That's the fastest I went in a semi-truck. And I was going down to Sisters in Wyoming. I was doing team driving. So I had a co-driver that was sleeping in the back. I was trying to break 100 miles an hour. Now the truck's governed at 74. That's as fast as it would go.
Carson N50 says, I've been up for almost 24 hours and I am 9.
You're 9 years old and you've been up for 24 hours? Dang.
Now merge onto the highway.
To be a kid again, to be young again. Summertime, off of school.
Raylan Carson N50 says almost. Totally Pro Bro 4017 says, what truck do you drive and does it have a day cab?
No, I have a sleeper.
Jackson Johannes says, yeah.
I have a sleeper truck, so. So yeah, when I was going down these huge mountains out in Wyoming called the Sisters, they're one of the steepest downhill straightaways in the country. And I was trying to break 100 miles an hour, and I got up into the 90s, and my co-driver, it woke him up, just the G-force in the back of going that fast with all the trailers and the weight and everything, and he's like, slow down!
Jackson Johannes says, I like sleep cab.
And I was like, come on, man, I'm trying to break 100 miles an hour. And he's like, what if you lose a tire? And I'm like, don't think like that, man. And so I got to 97 miles an hour and I slowed down because he was getting ticked off.
Says it's 3 a.m. and I want to wake early. You're a trucker. What do you think I should? Do lol.
Interstate 55.
Yeah, I would go to sleep. That's what I would do. Take a nap for sure. You're making me tired just thinking about that. I got 61 degrees on the thermostat right now. I don't know what it is where you're at. Sounds like you're in a mountain time zone.
Raylan Carson N50 says it's 6:08 a.m.
Yeah, it sounds like she's out on the West Coast. So, Pacific time. So, might be a little warmer out there, but right now it's 61 degrees. Some good sleeping weather.
Controls will keep you awake. Totally Pro Bro 4017 says, as a trucker, what do you think of the hotshot guys with the trucks attached to a gooseneck or flatbed? Jackson Johannes says it's 5:09.
Yeah, it's 5:09 Central Time right now, which would make it 3:09 Pacific Time, 6:09 Eastern Time. Yeah, I don't really have much thoughts on the hotshot guys.
50 says, Jackson, you in Chicago. Jackson Johannes says no. Jackson Johannes says in North Dakota. Raylan Carson N50 says oh. Totally Pro Bro 4017 says 11:09 UK time. Lane Rodriguez F1L says Mr. Joey just sent me a message saying that he is loading the truck for later today.
Oh, cool.
Raylan Carson N50 says nice I am Virginia.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned Hemet, California or whatever. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's Southern California or Northern California. So it won't be much help as far as that goes. But I just know as long as I didn't have to pay the taxes that they have out there and didn't have to pay the cost of living, I would go live anywhere in California. But I mean, but their state income tax being as high as it is, and I mean, there's just a 0% chance I could ever move
Raylan
to California.
N50 says, have you ever been to Michigan?
Oh, I've been to Michigan a lot.
Totally Pro 4017 says Askbound and down, loaded up in trucking. Lane Rodriguez F1L says it looks like we got a lot of dirt to run today and a couple loads of stone.
Oh, wow. Lane, do you run a logbook or are you in the 150-mile air radius thing?
Raylan N50 says I was born there, best place ever. M_Noah says I'm gonna rest a bit, night Ratha wins next stream.
Hey, thanks for joining in, buddy. We'll see you next time. All right, I'm in Illinois right now, running 55/70, 55 north, 70 eastbound right now. Should be a pretty laid-back drive.
4017 says I gotta go make breakfast, but I'm glad I found this.
Yeah, thanks for joining in, bud. Thanks for the subscribe, and yeah, we'll chat at you some other time. Have a good day.
Noah says all right, bye. I am gonna put notifications, safe trucking night, John.
Thank you. We'll chat with you all next time for sure. So in Illinois right now should be, it was not by accident that I went through St. Louis at 5 a.m. I hate getting stuck in traffic and losing time. I'm only allowed to work 70 hours in an 8-day period.
Carson N50 says, what's the scariest thing you ever seen? Bob Sholbo K9 Grams says, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the live stream. I mean, I can't probably narrow the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Says, morning, brother.
Down to one thing.
F1L says, no, I run dirt, so I get paid by the load.
Oh, wow. But do you have to run a logbook or no?
Bob Sholbo K9 Grams says, what is the temperature there? Raylan Carson N50 says, or been through.
The temperature here right now, it just went down a couple more. I'm at 59 degrees right now, which
John Floyd says, greetings from England.
Hello, England, and welcome to the live stream.
L says, nope, I'm located.
Oh, nice. Man, I would love to not have to run a logbook, for sure. So we got 59 degrees on it right now, and it makes me a little sad because this is such great sleeping weather. I'd love to pull over and take a nap right now. But I can't. I've got too many miles to do. Yes, there's lots of scary stuff that happens out here in the truck. I mean, it's a pretty dangerous gig altogether. Dealing with just traffic, cars and four-wheelers is pretty frustrating.
Rodriguez F1L says, no, I stay close to home.
Nice.
Raylan Carson N50 says, what's the coldest you ever went through?
I'd say about, with the wind chill, minus 60, minus 70 up in Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, up in those parts. And when it gets that cold, you have to leave your truck run 24 hours a day because like your fuel lines, your fuel pump, your fuel filter,
Now keep left towards Interstate 55.
everything freezes if it doesn't have something flowing through it. And it freezes quick.
Raylan Carson N50 says, what aft hottest?
Palm Springs, California, I think was probably the hottest. Either that or Las Vegas. So it's close to 120,
Jackson
118 degrees.
I hate to have very cold weather. Lane Rodriguez F1L says, I'll be back and going to rest for a minute or two.
Okay, Lane, nice chatting with you. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I'd rather be too hot than too cold. I'm not a fan of the cold weather. You know, when I was owner operator, that cold weather just wreaked havoc so hard on this equipment and everything. And yeah, expensive repair bills. You know, like I've had my fuel lines all freeze and everything before, and yeah, you got to basically take it to a shop and let it warm up for a day.
Raylan Carson N50 says, I was born in Michigan, so cold down there, so I am used to it.
Cool. What part of Michigan, Raylan? I got a buddy in Kazoo, but I've driven a lot in Michigan. I've been up to the UP a number of times. Love it up in the Upper Peninsula there. It's like a whole different country up there, a whole different world. It's so beautiful. All right, I'm waiting for the speed limit to go up here. I need to put some miles
Jackson
down.
Johannes says it takes a long time to get warm up. Raylan Carson N50 says it's nice over there.
All right, climbing a little hill here. All right, 65 mile an hour speed limit. I'm sure we got a way station coming up here somewhere. So I do have an app, like a DriveWise app, to bypass me through these open way stations, but for some reason I cannot seem to get bypassed. It's been like a month and a half now since I've gotten a green light on one of these, and it's kind of frustrating. Ah, there's some good daylight there. So waiting for a 70 mile an hour speed limit here.
Carson N50 says Imago so bye.
Bye, Raylan. Joining in. Thanks for the subscribe. Hopefully chat with you again some other time.
Jackson Johannes says, when I went to Devil's Lake and I was on the highway racing stations.
All right, got a 70 mile an hour speed limit now. Let's go ahead and pump the speed up here. Hammer down.
Johannes says waste stations.
Yeah, I got a cop coming around me right now. I can spot them anywhere. That's a sheriff there. All right, hopefully my signal holds up well. I'm going to be kind of rural probably for the next couple hours, so a lot of times my signal gets a bit choppy and it sucks, but I'm going to try to stay on here for another 30 to 45 minutes or so. I usually try to come on here for a couple hours at a time. Not able to do full work shifts on here yet. So many things. Oh, it's only 65 through here. Man, I'm lucky I didn't get pulled over there when that cop went past. My truck was telling me it's 70 mile an hour speed limit, and that was not the case. Yeah, so I usually like to come on here for a couple hours at a time. It's extremely difficult to run these live streams and pull this 53-foot trailer down the highway, and I almost have to drive perfect while I'm doing it so I don't get scrutinized or mess anything up. That's a little bit stressful anyway, so.
Bob Sholbo K9 Graham says, where are you going? Bob Sholbo K9 Graham said hi.
Hello, hi Bob. I'm on my way to Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
1.5 miles, keep right to take the exit.
Morning, so I'm about 540 miles away from my destination right now. So I've got plenty of time to make it there and get my 10-hour break in before I deliver, so.
Bob Sholbo K9 Graham says, I have a patch from the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
Really? I love the Ohio State Patrol. I used to want to be State Patrol when I was a kid, so. And you'll probably be hard-pressed to find
After 1 mile, use
many truck drivers that like any state police or state patrol, but
east of Indianapolis.
the Ohio State Patrol is one of the best patrols in the country for sure. So super professional. Their integrity is unmatched, and they do a great job. I mean, they have a job to do. I have a job to do, so. I don't dislike police or enforcement or anything like that. And heck, it's because of those guys. They might catch something before you do or I do that might save a life or something. So, but all right, we're gonna exit onto I-70 eastbound here.
Jackson Johannes says, I don't mind
Now keep right
PhD.
towards Interstate 70 east of Indianapolis.
Yep, I just figure, don't break the law and don't screw up, and you got nothing to worry about. So.
Follow the highway.
All right, still looking for that 70 mile an hour speed limit here. Should be right around the corner here. All right, change lanes, get out of this guy's way.
Jackson Johannes says, yes.
guy's getting into a lane that's ending there. That's Schneider.
Raylan Carson N50 says I keep trying to watch SMTHLs, but it comes back to this law. Jackson Johannes says be a good trucker.
All right, come on, 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. Where are you? Yeah, Raylan, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Alright, that beeping you hear is my distance warning going off because I don't have enough following distance on this truck in front of me. I'm going 1 mile an hour faster than he is. So I do have forward-facing radar on this tractor. So right now, and the guy in front of me is 268 feet in front of me. Whoop, he just increased it a little bit. Or actually, I just slowed down, so.
Jackson Johannes says oh. Jackson Johannes says who a vote.
Yeah, a nice little boat. Yeah, I wonder where he might be going because he might be coming back from wherever he was at. There's not really much water in the direction he's heading, so unless he's traveling quite a way.
Jackson Johannes.
Yeah, I haven't fished much over the years. I went a lot when I was a kid, though. My father had a little like 19-foot boat, and we'd go out to little lakes near us, and we go up to Lake Erie.
Jackson Johannes says yes, same.
Yeah, it's you know.
Kenneth Cook U5N1H says, do you have a lot of tire problems?
Oh my gosh, this year has been absolutely miserable as far as tires go. I just had a blowout last week. I had a blowout about 10 days before that. I think I'm on 5 or 6 blowouts since January. And I've had another 7 tires switched out before they blew out. That were in bad shape, damaged, missing pieces of tread.
Jackson says at the DNR. Jay. Chapa says good morning, y'all.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Come on, dude. This guy was passing me and he slowed down. There's my 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. Was trying to get over and change lanes. I always like to change lanes when there's vehicles on the shoulder there.
Chapa says he ain't new here from Boston.
Oh, nice. Hello, Boston. All right, got a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit now. I'm
Jackson,
gonna put that hammer down.
says I don't like the license.
Over speed limit.
Yeah, everything's just so regulated. Licensing and then limits. And I mean, I get why they have to have them or whatever. People would totally deplete the resources if
Jackson
there
Johannes
wasn't.
says yeah.
But, you know, when I'm out here over the road, you know, I can't even go grab a pole or, you know, head to a little thing because I'd have to go find a license somewhere first. And by the time I go do all that, I wouldn't have time, any time left to finish,
Chapa says
to fish.
I like, live, and subscribe.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you.
Jackson Johannes says yeah.
But I remember when I was driving up in Montana, I think it was Glenn's Canyon was up there. I could be getting that.
Says are welcome. Jackson says I understood for about.
Yeah, Montana.
Jackson Johannes says a boat.
I was up there and I just saw, you know, these little rivers. Oh, it just made me want to grab a tent and a fishing pole and just stay there for like a week. So just go off grid,
Over speed limit.
chill and relax. Yeah, that guy in front of me still going 66 miles an hour. Let's get around him. I mean, dude, this guy's not even on the shoulder of the lane. He's on the shoulder of the ramp. Nice, Schneider. You can get out of my way now.
Over speed limit.
Jackson Johannes says he doesn't know what to do. Jay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he does either.
Beautiful sky.
Yeah, it's a great sunrise this morning. I just went through downtown St. Louis maybe 20-30 minutes ago and had a great view of the arch with the day breaking behind it. And that's why I love what I do, man. I get to see so much stuff and hours and making delivery times and this and that. But there's a lot of time in between those times when it's just completely pristine and serene out here, and that's what makes it worth it for me and why I like it so much. So, yeah, like a rest area here. Looks like they got trucks stacked up on a shoulder over here. Parking is definitely an issue. Not enough parking spots out here. Most everyone's got electronic logs nowadays. So it's impossible to fudge your logbook even a little bit. If I pulled in there and couldn't find parking and had to keep going, it's just a big time drain. Then a lot of these truck stops are charging for half of their spots now. I was in Fort Worth, Texas Saturday, This pilot had 231 parking spots, and at least 200 of them were paid. You had to pay. Every single free spot was taken up at 9 in the morning when I got there. My company doesn't reimburse for that. It's like 20 to 30 bucks.
A
day to park.
5443 says, hi Boston, love that sunrise. Drive safely, bro. You got a long drive. Hello from Canada. Jackson Johannes says, last year fishing was the best for me. Jay. Chapa says, awesome. Jay. Chapa says, good morning and Pearl readings to Canada.
Yeah, good morning, Canada. Welcome to the live stream. Currently heading Interstate 70 eastbound right now.
Div 4051 says Indiana checking in.
Oh, what's up, Indiana?
770X5 says Jews did 9/11.
I'll be in Indiana in a couple hours, just driving through today. I end up in Indiana a lot. Not a big fan of Indiana roads. I-70 over to the Ohio line later on, and you got like a 22-mile construction zone over there right now.
Says hello, my close friends for a different country. Bob Schulbo K9 Grand. Did you say Indiana?
Yep, he said Indiana. What part of Indiana are you from? Are you at? Friends in Indiana, actually. I hang out in Fort Wayne all the time. I hang out in Lake Station, the Gary area. A lot of fun things to do.
Ginger Div 4051 says, haha, I understand roads aren't the best.
Yeah, I hear they're going to make Interstate
Ginger
70 a
Div
toll road all the way across,
4051
though.
says by airport.
Oh, okay. The Indianapolis airport?
Bob Schulbo K9 Graham says Porter County, Indiana.
Not familiar with counties. What major city are you near? As Porter County have?
Ginger Div 4051 says yes, Indianapolis.
Oh, okay, cool.
Animal Stack 123 says good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Well, I got some bright sun sticking out up there. Might have to put my sun visor down here shortly. If you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on and do...
Rodriguez F1L says I'm back.
Welcome back, Lane. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button.
4051 says, where is Porter County?
I do try to do 2 or 3 of these live streams throughout the week.
Animal Stack 123 says, copy, cheers, one for the road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
K9 Graham says Chesterton, Indiana. Jackson Johannes says, yay, I am getting rain today. Lane Rodriguez F1L says, good morning, Ginger.
So I'm currently driving Interstate 70 eastbound right now.
4051 says, Lane, great to see you this morning.
Currently in Illinois, just went through St. Louis about 30 miles ago. On my way to Cleveland, Ohio for delivery tomorrow morning. It's going to be Nothing but driving today. No pickups or deliveries today. And these are the days I like the most. So I don't have to deal with any other shippers or receivers. But I'll end up doing probably 550 miles today.
4051 says, so Chesterton is northern Indiana. Lane Rodriguez F1L says, Ginger, are you going to walk or live stream? Rosalinda Zavala Garcia says, good morning, my friend. Have a wonderful, blessed day today.
Good morning, good morning. You have a good day as well.
What kind of truck is on the trailers?
I missed that. Not sure if there's Chevys or Fords there.
Chandler Bowler says, hello from Australia.
Hi, Australia.
Div 4051 says, Lane Mailer will be with daughter later. Whitlock 4111 says safe travels.
Thank you, appreciate that. Thanks, Derek. So got a nice long stretch now of wide open pavement.
1L says, okay, maybe I'll take your spot, Miss Ginger. Ginger Dip 4051 says, Lane, keep Taz in line. Hee hee hee.
Oh, I got to remember to get fuel up here at some point. My company runs this fuel optimizer program, so they handpick where I can buy fuel from, and that's the only place I can get it from. Unless I call in and fight with them about it. It's a pain in the butt. I don't like it very much. It takes forever to get someone on the phone. This is the only driving job I've had where they've run a fuel optimizer.
1L says, okay, Miss Ginger. Ginger Dip 4051 says Ohio police can be sticklers.
Oh yeah, Ohio State Patrol will probably write their own mother a ticket if she was speeding, so.
Lane Rodriguez F1L says, where are you going though right now?
I'm on my way to Cleveland, Ohio right now. Just crossed into Illinois from Missouri, about 35-40 minutes or so. I still got more than 500 miles to make it to my final destination. Got to be there at 0800 tomorrow morning. Got an appointment for a live unload at 8 a.m. Oh man, Jesus. Bumpy road there. These trucks take these bad roads a lot Some cars do.
Says, what part of Illinois are you in?
I just saw a sign for Pocahontas a couple miles back there. Kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. 38 miles east of St. Louis, east of the Missouri line. 39 miles now. The next major city I'll be going through is, I want to say Effingham, maybe Bloomington. Yeah, looks like Effingham, Illinois.
4051 says sunrise looks cool.
Yeah, beautiful sunrise this morning. I live for views like this. Really enjoy what I do. Love driving truck. Like the freedom of it. Like to get around to all the different places. Meet new people. I was just thinking the other day too about like being a truck driver. How many people I meet in a day. How many people I have just a short conversation with in a day that I will never ever talk to or ever see again. And it's cool, but kind of crazy too. Just like a chance encounter, once in a lifetime type of thing. But
Ginger Dip 4051 says lived in Chatham by Springfield, Illinois for a short bit.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty nice down there. It got some lakes down there. I think. Maybe near Decatur or something like that. I remember driving past and seeing a lot of boats and recreational, a lot of fun, people having fun on the water near there, and it'd be super cool to check that out. So the next major metro area I'll be in is probably Indianapolis. I'll be going through Effingham, Illinois, Terre Haute.
Over speed limit.
Got a good.
Ginger Dip 4051 says went to college in Robinson, Illinois.
Cool.
Ginger Dip 4051 says my hometown Terre Haute, that's where I graduated from high school.
Oh, cool. Yep, I'll be driving through there in a few hours, so probably not even 3 hours. Probably two and a half.
Baby Doodle-Doo says keep the shiny side up, big dog.
For sure. Thanks, bro.
F1L says I'll be in Joey Whispers live stream in a few minutes. Do you want to tell him hello for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Tell him I said, hey, what's up? So, yeah, I'll have to, next time I end up in the Jersey area, hopefully on a weekend or something. I don't know what he does, what his work schedule is, but I don't know if he drinks or not, but it'd be nice to catch up and have a drink with him at some point over the weekend if I ever make it up to those parts with some time to spare or whatever, but...
Ginger Dip 4051 says Joey is fun to watch.
Oh, he's got such a great live stream too, man. I don't want to say I'm jealous, but I might be a little jealous, but very, very professionally done. I love how they got the map and, you know, the graphics and like the streets that he's on, the music in the background. I mean, wow, just I'm just blown away how professional that is. So Yeah, I've been watching Joey. I was on Facebook checking him out. Probably, I think he was one of the first pages I followed way back when.
Dude says holler when you come through dirty South Georgia. We got some shine from the pines for you.
Oh, nice. I'm in Georgia all the time, actually. What part of Georgia?
Ginger Dip 4051 says yes, love the music.
But yeah, I started following Joey.
Say 770X5 says beautiful sunrise, but Jews did 9/11. Baby Kake Doodle Doo says Waycross gone.
All right, I'm not familiar with Waycross. What major metro is that near? Is that Atlanta or further south? Yes, Joey's page was one of the first ones I came across when I started doing content creation on Facebook, and used to watch his videos all the time on there. And then Lane told me about his live stream.
Rodriguez F1L says I don't think so because he works a lot every day he can, and because he works at his house on the weekend.
Yeah, I get it. A driver's schedule is pretty crazy. Not a lot of downtime, not a lot of free time. When you do get that free time, you're usually pretty protective of it. You got it all planned out, scheduled out what to do, so you can fit as much in as you can. Truckers' hours are, it's like working 2 full-time jobs, like working a double shift every day almost, so. Yeah, Lane turned me on to his live stream last week, and yeah, super cool.
Rodriguez F1L says I've been a big part of his live stream. Ginger Dip 4051 says I'm on for Walker Unloaded. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I was on there yesterday for probably at least an hour or so, checking it out. So. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do put all kinds of other videos up during the week as interesting stuff happens out here. Little short videos, long videos. I do try to do 2 or 3 live streams a week. This will probably be my last live stream for at least the next 7-8 days maybe. I'm off this weekend. I usually try to do one on Saturday and one on Sunday, but I will be home and getting some R&R, and so I'll try to come on during the week next week.
4051 says I had such a migraine yesterday, was trying to keep composure lol.
Yeah, the migraines are horrible. I have a lot of friends that have them. Ugh. I had vertigo. I couldn't drive for a couple years because of it, and they told me I'm having migraines, and I was like, how the heck am I having migraines and I don't have a headache? But I guess you can have migraines without a headache.
F1L says you remember you said give me a shout out on YouTube the other day. They give me a shout on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, so I was diagnosed with vestibular migraines. I still take meds for it to this day, so I am able to drive again, thankfully. But that couple of 2.5 years that I didn't drive cost me a lot, so put me in the hole big time. I was definitely super depressed. Wasn't even sure I'd ever be able to drive again either, so. And then when I did go back to driving, no one would hire me because I didn't have enough recent experience. And at that point, I'd been doing this for 15, 16 years. It's like all of that counted as nothing, and
Ginger did
pretty depressing.
4051 says, oh, I feel you.
But I think I've gotten used to the vertigo over the years.
One else says Mr. Joey walked the live stream again at night in his live stream house.
Oh, nice.
Over speed limit.
Yes, I saw he's doing one every day now, Monday to Friday or something. I don't have the stamina built up yet to run one for my entire shift. I have a lot of driver friends I talk to every day, and you know, I probably spend 2 to 3 hours a day on the phone
Wayne
driving.
Rodriguez F1L says sometimes he goes live on Sunday.
All right, I'm getting swarmed with traffic right when there's a super slow truck in front of me. Let's see how fast he's going as soon as the car moves out of the way. I think the car's going to exit the highway here. Yeah, they're getting off. This truck is going 58 miles an hour.
51 says yes, Joey streams his daily runs through the week.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's mad respect to him for that. I mean, that's a lot of live streaming.
Over speed limit.
Super cool. Yeah, that truck has its bright lights on too. What a freaking idiot. Going 50, 58 to 70.
733 says watching from Brazil.
Hey, good morning, Brazil. Welcome to the live stream.
Co_trucker says good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Where are you at today?
Lane Rodriguez F1L says like yesterday he ran a lot of dirt from a swimming pool job.
Yeah, that must have been the tight area he was backing into. I do not envy trying to get into those tight spots. I mean, being with the dump truck too, I mean, you're probably dealing with tight deliveries all the time, especially if you're in residential.
7733 says I am a truck driver in Brazil, delivering medication.
Oh, nice.
Ginger
That's awesome, bro.
4051 says I love Co_trucker says good morning, Ginger. Jackson Johannes says what kind of state do you like?
Over speed limit.
Lane Rodriguez F1L says I'll be back, my buddy is going live.
Bye, Lane. Thanks for joining in. Catch you next time. Catch you soon. Tell Joey I said hello. Yep.
Lane Rodriguez F1L says I will do.
So I think at some point it would be super cool to go to other countries and try to drive trucks. So maybe one day I'll get big enough online, and I'll be able to travel some other countries and do some content.
1051 says, oh, I can't hide, I'm found lol.
Then get the opportunity to maybe go drive truck in some other countries and make some videos about it. The U.S. driving truck in the U.S. is probably pretty easy compared to driving just about anywhere else in the world. The safety standards and stuff here are, you know, pretty.
Pro_trucker says
overwhelming.
I drive truck in the Netherlands.
Oh wow! Good morning, Netherlands. Welcome to the live stream. But yeah, I've seen on Discovery Channel and online and like some driving around like dirt road cliffs and stuff with trucks and how it can get pretty extreme.
4051 says I love seeing all parts of the world.
Yep, I haven't gotten to travel too much international. I've only been to Canada, Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. But man, I'd really like to make it everywhere. So if I can get enough subscribers, I might be able to make that a reality one day, where I can go to other countries and drive truck all over the world and make some videos on what it's like and what it feels like being a stranger driving in different places. Like I said, the U.S. is pretty easy compared to probably just about anywhere else as far as driving truck goes. Super dangerous in certain parts of the world. You know, we got even though we got a bunch of potholes on a lot of roads.
Trucker says I've seen some clips of truck driving in Jamaica. That's a wild time.
Oh, I bet, man. That would be wild. But yeah, so I think it'd be a bucket list item of mine to travel around to all these different parts and see if I'd be able to do it. So, like I said, I think the U.S. would be like literally compared to driving just about anywhere else. So.
Ginger Dip 4051 says, "Oh, that's one I haven't seen."
All right, had to put my sun visor down a little there. Getting a little. So currently driving on Interstate 70, heading east right now, near Vandalia, Illinois.
Pro_trucker says driving in the Netherlands isn't all that difficult. It's just the hours of service that you're getting.
Yeah, and that seems to be the case with truck just about anywhere. I don't know why they think we should be working 14 to 16 hours a day. I mean, I don't even get paid overtime or time and a half. I mean, I get paid pretty good as opposed to other professions, but not so much when you consider I'm working 70 to 80 hours a week. You know, and the way I describe it to my friends is like, you're never going to work that many hours and not be exhausted. The key and the trick to it is being able to function while you're exhausted. And if you can figure that out, then you can be a good truck driver and get to the top of the pile, top of the food chain type of situation. But it's just getting used to the schedule, used to that many hours, being able to function while you're that exhausted. Yeah, there's all kinds of hardships and stresses.
Trucker says we pull 15-hour days.
Yeah, we do 14-hour days over here, and that's just a lot of hours, man. I mean, it's exhausting. You're never going to work that many hours in a day and not be exhausted. It's just a matter of figuring out how to function while you're that exhausted and getting used to basically living your whole entire life being exhausted 100% of the time. I mean, it's different, but I love it. I'd rather be doing this than just about anything else. Definitely rather this over an office job or an assembly line factory position or something. So yeah, a little bump here. Wasn't too bad. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, put my visor up a little now.
Over speed limit.
Gonna try to run this live stream for another 20 to 30 minutes or so. Basically, as soon as I gotta pull off to take a leak, I'm gonna wrap it up. I have to be parked off the road when I hit any buttons on my phone, so.
USA 770X5 says I used to drive 18 hours a day easily, but seriously juiced at 9/11.
Yeah, 18 hours is no thank you. Not for me.
Bob Sholvo K9 Grams says I will talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Bob, have a good day, buddy. Thanks for coming on here. Great to have you back. Now I got another slow truck up here. Let's see what he's pegging at on my radar here. 60 miles an hour, so. I'm currently moving 70 miles an hour, so I'm gonna pass this guy here in a second.
Ginger Dip 4051 says by the time you get to my area I'll be out and about. Great to talk with you.
Great to talk with you, Ginger. Thanks for joining in. Safe travels today while you're out and about.
Over speed limit.
All right, guy in front of me is going 69 miles an hour. I'm going 70, so here's how I handle this. I drop 1 mile an hour. I will ride 1 mile an hour slower. If I continue to close the gap at 1 mile an hour slower, now he's going a lot slower because he's got a slow truck in front of him. But if I'm still closing the gap after I drop 1 mile an hour, I'll go ahead and increase the speed up and then go ahead and pass him when there's not a lot of traffic coming around. So was not able to make a determination what I'm going to have to do yet because of him running into that slower truck there.
Quinn Sykes 443 says pass.
It's Walmart in front of me. He's going 65. Let's see what the guy in front of me is. The guy in front of me is going 68 now, so I will have to pass him. That's my distance warning signal going off. I have forward-facing radar. I'm 141 feet away from him right now, so that's a lot closer than my safety department would consider acceptable, but if I'm going to pass this guy, I'm going to have to keep it close if I don't want to spend 20 minutes passing this guy. So 131 feet away. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get back up to 70 now. Let's see what we got behind me. I got a semi truck about a quarter mile behind me right now.
Over speed limit.
I am not actually over the speed limit. The speed limit on my navigation, which is on my ELD, electronic logging device, says the speed limit is 65 because it used to be years ago, and for whatever reason, none of this has been updated yet. All right, this guy, I think he pumped his speed back up, but I'm already over here, so we're gonna go around however long it takes. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Might be another week until I do another live stream. I am off this weekend, going home finally after a couple months of being out here. Look at that freaking way station coming up. 2 miles, not gonna be able to pass this guy before then. I think he just slowed down too. He's going 68, still 69. So I do have a DriveWise app, which is like pre-pass, but it's an app, not an actual transponder. I have not gotten a green light in probably at least a month and a half, so there's a guy that was behind me, so he's got to be pretty happy about me getting out of his way. Yeah, so I'll be back on hopefully middle of next week with another live stream, but I do post a lot of other short videos, long form videos throughout the week as exciting things happen on here. I need some distance here. I'm never going to get a bypass. Must be closed if he's going around. Or you got the green light. Almost missed an open way station yesterday. I got a little video I'm going to put up on that, but it was kind of a tricky one in Arkansas. Wasn't expecting them to be open, and is this one open? That's closed. Yeehaw. So that sound you heard just said pull in unless closed is the message. So I did not get the green light there, even if they were open, so. Maybe my company quit paying for the app or something. I don't know what's going on. There's some days I gotta go into 4 or 5 different way stations, and frustrating part about it is I go 70 miles an hour, so I do pass a lot of semi trucks, but then I'll get pulled into the way station and all those guys get the bypass. Then by the time I get out of the way station, I basically got to go redo all that work all over again and pass everyone all over again. And when you're coming up on guys that are 1 mile an hour, 1.5 miles an hour slower than you, it's a lot of extra work. It pisses me off, so I don't need anything else in my day to tire me out and exhaust me any more than what I already am, but all in a day's work, I guess. All right, wide open in front of me. I dropped 1 mile an hour. Let's see if we're closing the gap still. We are, so I'll pump it back up to 70 and pass this guy whenever we get the chance. If you're just joining in, currently heading on Interstate 70, heading eastbound right now. Just outside of Vandalia, Illinois. On my way to Cleveland, Ohio for a delivery tomorrow morning. 475 miles left to go to make it to my destination. I'll probably do 375 of these today. I've already been on the road for driving for about almost 2.5 hours at this point, so the guy in front of me is also showing 69 miles an hour, so the guy that's passing on the left is going to take him a very long time to pass everyone here. That's going to take me even longer. Yeah, so that guy's probably 0.1 or 0.2 miles an hour faster than the guy he's trying to pass. So I'm just going to bump it down another mile an hour here. So as soon as I come across the rest area, I'm going to pull into there, and that's going to wrap up the live stream for today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I try to come on here 2 to 3 times a week with the live stream, usually Saturdays and Sundays, and then one day during the week. I am off this weekend, so I will not be live streaming this weekend, so it'll probably be next Tuesday, Wednesday or so, until I'm back with another live stream. I do have some other videos to upload later on, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Well, that's a good way to get around this slowpoke. He's hitting the shoulder. And we got a construction zone coming up here. Now wait and see what this construction zone's all about here. So these cameras that are in these trucks tie into the wiring harness and my tractor computer, and they monitor everything. They have AI programs that assign scores and points and all kinds of stuff to keep track of drivers that are not doing what they should be doing. So the one thing is over speed. Every other company I've ever worked for doesn't call you out on speed. So you're 10 hour. All right, looks like I lost my connection there for a second. I am kind of in a rural area right now, so it's probably only going to get worse. Gonna be wrapping this up here pretty shortly as soon as I find a rest area. I don't expect these signals gonna get much better at this point. Let's see here. Looks like I have a rest area in 6 or 7 miles here maybe, so. Do have a lane closure up here, not sure, maybe it said it on the sign back there and I just don't remember. But one of these 2 lanes is going to be shut in a couple miles here. Now I'm not sure if it cut out before while I was saying it, but Yeah, I can only go up to 5 miles over the speed limit for 5 seconds before I get in trouble. I got rode up, it was actually on my birthday, which was May the 13th, for over speed and following distance, so I'm trying to not ride any lines on that in the near term here. But I'm sure the speed limit will drop down to at least 55 miles an hour up here. That is my distance warning signal going off there. Guy in front of me is he's showing 69. I was only going 68, so I'm not sure why it's beeping here. Left lane closed, 1 mile. Currently heading Interstate 70 eastbound, just outside of Vandalia, Illinois right now. On my way to Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't see the speed limit drop yet. maybe I just didn't see the sign. That's pretty weird. There's no speed limit signs, lower speed limit. Not usual. Well, looks like one there that's covered up. I sense a speed trap kind of thing here. They didn't put a lower speed limit sign up here, but they'll probably write you if you're going much faster than.
Over speed limit.
Well, I'm not going to pass this guy now. We got a rest area coming up in a couple miles. I'm going to go ahead and pull into there. Work this live stream up at that point. Thank everyone for joining in. It's been super fun chatting with everyone today. Man, we had Argentina, Brazil, Australia, Canada, the Netherlands. So many people from so many different places on here today. Wonder what happened to Pruth. There it is, 1 mile. And that will conclude today's live stream in just a couple minutes here. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's probably going to be about a week until I'm back on with another live stream, just because I got some time off this week. 2 to 3 of these throughout the week, at least 2 to 3 of them. So I do run irregular routes, so it's kind of hard to put a schedule up of when I do. I do try to post a short video up, and I'll put in the comments kind of maybe 10, 12 hours before I do one. Try to give a little bit of a notice, a little bit of a heads up. And that rest area is closed, so apparently this live stream will continue. Ay, ay, ay. Probably gonna have to hit an exit ramp, on ramp or something, so. Maybe right here. It might be too busy here. Alright, we're gonna hit the shoulder of this ramp here. All right, that's going to conclude today's live stream. Once again, thanks everyone for joining in, and it's been a ton of fun chatting with everyone in the comments today. Thank you for all your comments and everything. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll chat with you again real soon. Have a great day. Bye.